The pickup truck market is at war. Chinese brands were gaining ground with low prices, and many thought Toyota was sitting pretty. Wrong! Toyota has just unveiled its 2026 pickup models and is not here to test the waters, it's here to shake up the market. Complete redesigns, more aggressive lines, better finished cabins, but without betraying what made it great. Robust engines, proven and built to last for years. While others are betting on cheap experiments, Toyota is betting on dominating the segment for the next decade. And yes, the Chinese brands know it, and this makes them uncomfortable. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 2026 Toyota pickup trucks that are already shaking up the global market. And you'll see what I mean when you look at number 4, a Hilux-style pickup that costs less than $20,000. And number 1 is an exclusive low-key launch that almost no one saw coming and is arriving this very year. Welcome to the best car channel on YouTube. This is Auto Stop. We're starting with the pickup that practically put Toyota on top of the world. The legend, the tireless one, the 2026 Toyota Hilux. People had been waiting for this new generation for years, and Toyota knew they couldn't fail. That's why they didn't just present a simple refresh. They presented the 9th generation, and yes, it's a complete redesign. It's noticeable at first glance. A much more imposing grille, sharp LED headlights, a taller, more aggressive, more serious front end. Compared to the previous Hilux, this one no longer looks conservative, it looks dominant. And it's not just about aesthetics. Toyota made a key decision. Now the Hilux uses the same platform as the Tundra, the TNGA-F. That translates into something very clear: 25% more structural rigidity, more strength, better off-road handling, less flexing when the terrain gets rough. This pickup is built to withstand real punishment, not just to look pretty in a showroom. Now, let's talk about the engine, which is what really matters to many. There, Toyota didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They know their 2.8-liter turbo diesel is practically a religion. A block with a history proven in millions of Hilux trucks around the world that has earned the respect of the countryside, construction sites, and heavy-duty work. For this new generation, that engine has been improved. Now it delivers 204 horsepower and a brutal 500 Newton meters of torque. Strength from low down, constant power, and that feeling of an engine that isn't strained. But Toyota also understood that the market is changing, and without betraying its philosophy, it introduced a mild hybrid version. The same 2.8-liter diesel, but now accompanied by an electric generator and a 4.8-volt battery, which adds 16 extra horsepower, better efficiency, and according to many experts, this version is going to be a trend this year. Now, let's talk about the interior, because this is the area where Toyota received the most criticism for years, and in this generation, they finally improved. The Hilux has always been tough and reliable, but the interior fell short. Well, the 2026 model debuts a 1.4-inch central touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 100% digital 12 3-inch instrument cluster with customizable modes, better materials, better design, a cabin that no longer feels basic. Toyota no longer wants the Hilux to be just the pickup that doesn't break down. They want it to be the near-perfect pickup. The 2026 Toyota Hilux arrives with a price tag around $40,000. For some, it was crazy. For others, a fair price for a pickup that's irreplaceable, retains its value, and lasts for decades. What do you think? Is it expensive or is the price fair? What is certain is that Toyota is coming in strong in 2026, and the new Hilux is just the first sign. We've already talked about the Hilux, now let's talk about something no one expected that's become a trend these past few weeks. This is the 2026 Toyota Stout. Also known in some markets as the Hilux Champ, this pickup was created by Toyota with a very clear idea: to go back to basics. This truck wasn't designed to compete with luxury pickups or models full of screens and unnecessary technology. Toyota wanted to revive the essence of simple, inexpensive, and nearly indestructible work trucks like the original Stout from the 1960s, and that's why this model has garnered so much attention. The Stout is a rugged vehicle designed for everyday work. It's made for the entrepreneur, for those who need to haul loads, transport goods, get from point A to point B, and for the vehicle to simply perform. There are no promises of luxury or marketing hype here. Toyota CEO himself made this clear when he presented this model. People are tired of expensive, complicated, and fragile pickups. There's a growing taste for robust pickup trucks that don't cost a fortune, and this Stout is Toyota's direct answer to that market demand. It's a tough pickup, even if it doesn't seem like it at first glance. Because yes, on the outside it may look simple, even unassuming, but when you put it to work, it shows what it's made of. If you load it with a ton, the pickup handles it without a problem, and that's no accident. It uses a ladder frame platform, very similar to that of the traditional Hilux, which guarantees structural rigidity, durability, and resistance for heavy loads and daily use without complaint. True to its conservative philosophy, Toyota didn't want to experiment with new engines in this model. They played it safe. For Latin America, it comes with a 2.4-liter diesel engine, a familiar and reliable unit that delivers 148 horsepower and 343 Nm of torque, coupled to a 5-speed manual transmission. Simple, proven mechanics, easy to maintain, and designed to last for years. Toyota, true to its conservative philosophy, didn't want to experiment with new engines in this model. But what has truly made the Toyota Stout the talk of the town and set it on trend is a very clever move by the brand. Toyota sells it as a blank canvas. Its modular design allows for easy adaptation of the rear chassis to suit each buyer's needs. You can convert it into a cargo pickup, a food truck, a mobile hardware store, or a delivery vehicle. You buy it and adapt it to your business, not the other way around. The interior doesn't try to deceive anyone either. There's no luxury or sophisticated materials. Just the essentials: a steering wheel, basic physical buttons, a small infotainment screen, and a gear shift. Nothing more. Everything is there for a practical reason, nothing more. And now for the detail that truly shook the industry: the price. The Toyota Stout can be purchased for around $20,000, a figure that surprised even industry analysts. Toyota studied the market, identified a huge opportunity, and targeted a segment that many had abandoned. This is one of the smartest launches the Japanese giant has made in recent years. And watch out, because now we're entering the top 3 most anticipated 2026 Toyota pickups. Don't get ahead of yourself. We kick off this top 3 with one of Toyota's best-selling and most respected pickups. A full-size truck that competes directly at the top of its segment. This is the 2026 Toyota Tundra, the American pickup that received significant upgrades this year, both inside and out. The exterior design remains one of its strongest selling points. The Tundra doesn't go unnoticed. It has a bold style, a striking front end, and a massive grille that commands attention wherever it goes. It's one of those pickups that doesn't need to move fast to intimidate. Just seeing it arrive is enough to understand that it's in a league of its own. It's big, and it doesn't hide it. Nearly 6 meters long and around 2 meters wide. It's a truck built for the road, heavy-duty work, and serious towing. And precisely by listening to its users, Toyota addressed one of the most criticized aspects of previous generations: the size of the fuel tank. For this year, all gasoline models come standard with a 32 2-gallon tank, eliminating the smaller version that caused so many headaches on long trips. The Tundra is built for hauling, yes, but above all, for towing, and that's where it earns the respect of many buyers in the United States. It can tow up to 4.5 tons, a figure that puts it squarely in the fight with the big players in the segment and explains why it's a favorite among those who work with trailers, boats, or heavy loads on a regular basis. Now, let's talk about the heart of this beast, because here, Toyota was very clear. It wanted to surpass the competition in power and above all, in torque. The 2026 Tundra uses the iForce Max hybrid powertrain, which combines a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 gasoline engine with an electric generator and a traction battery. The result is brutal. Together, this system delivers 790 Newton meters of torque, a figure higher than any of its direct rivals in their equivalent versions. More power, better response, and towing capacity that's felt from the first touch of the accelerator. Now let's talk about the interior, because here the Tundra boasts true luxury. The cabin is spacious, comfortable, and well finished. High-quality materials, leather, meticulous details, and an overall premium feel. The seats are heated and ventilated, designed for long days of driving without fatigue. The central touchscreen is 14 inches, large, clear, and well integrated. And as is customary for the brand, it comes equipped with the Toyota Safety Sense package, which includes adaptive cruise control, autonomous emergency braking, and driver assistance features designed to make daily driving safer. The 2026 Toyota Tundra starts at around $42,000 in its base version. It's not a cheap pickup, but it doesn't pretend to be. It's positioned as a premium heavy-duty workhorse, and the target market understands that perfectly. And there's a key point that many overlook, which explains why it sells so well. The Tundra comes with a 5-year warranty and unlimited mileage, something very few brands offer in this segment. Toyota doesn't just sell you power and size, it sells peace of mind. It responds, it takes responsibility, because it knows exactly what it's putting in your hands. That's why the Tundra sells, because it doesn't promise more than it can deliver, and because in the world of full-size pickups, trust is just as important as horsepower. Now, let's talk about one of the most beloved pickups on the planet and the most popular in the United States. This is the 2026 Toyota Tacoma. A truck that received a significant update this year and stole the show when Toyota unveiled it a few months ago at the Chicago Auto Show. And that was no coincidence. The brand knew it couldn't fail with its flagship pickup, so it arrived with a serious, comprehensive update, addressing exactly what the market was asking for. Changes in design, engine, and suspension, all focused on maintaining its position as the benchmark in the segment. The first thing to note is that the Tacoma is now playing in a higher league. It shares the robust ladder frame chassis architecture with the Tundra and the Land Cruiser, which translates into greater structural rigidity and much greater long-term durability. It's no longer just a reliable pickup. It's now a pickup built to full-size truck standards. If you look closely, the aesthetics are clearly more aggressive, inspired by the Tundra, with full LED lighting and a much more imposing presence. It looks wider, more planted, more serious. In person, it's incredibly eye-catching, and that was evident at its unveiling. It was also presented with new colors for this generation, giving it a more modern look without losing its identity. Toyota knew it couldn't risk losing ground with the Tacoma, so it made a strong commitment to the mechanical aspects. The brand is officially abandoning V6 and V8 engines in this pickup to focus on its new strategy. The new base engine is a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gasoline engine that generates 247 horsepower. It can be paired with an 8-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual transmission, something many purists still appreciate. But the true star of the lineup is the hybrid version. The 2026 Tacoma integrates the iForce Max hybrid system, using this same 2.4-liter turbo engine combined with an electric motor. The result is a combined output of 326 horsepower and an impressive 630 Newton meters of torque. These figures clearly surpass many of its direct competitors and are especially noticeable when the terrain gets challenging or when carrying a load. Inside, the Tacoma has nothing to envy in other pickups in its segment. The cabin is modern, well-designed, and functional. It features ergonomic seats in synthetic leather, a good driving position, and a 1/4-inch touchscreen multimedia display that steals the show. In terms of safety, Toyota maintains its standard with the Toyota Safety Sense 3 package, offering comprehensive driver assistance features for daily driving and long trips. The Tacoma isn't just marketing hype, and that's key. It's capable, attractive, and feels ready to tackle anything you throw at it, whether it's work, adventure, or daily use. Furthermore, Toyota offers it in 6 different configurations: meaning there's a Tacoma for every type of customer, from those looking for something basic to those wanting a more equipped and adventurous version. The starting price for the base SR version is around $33,000, a competitive figure within its segment considering everything it offers. That's why it remains a benchmark, why it doesn't fall behind, and why it's very likely to continue leading sales in a market as demanding as North America. And wait until you see what's coming next. Number 1 is the Toyota launch that's generating a lot of buzz and is expected to be officially unveiled this year. Let's talk about the most talked about, most rumored, and most anticipated Toyota pickup, the one that's generating more and more buzz within the industry. This is the Toyota Corolla pickup. Yes, you heard right. Toyota is seriously working on a pickup for the Corolla family, and this isn't just a rumor. In a recent meeting with brand executives, the CEO mentioned the name Corolla pickup internally, and when a brand like Toyota uses that name internally, it means only one thing. This is serious. We're not talking about a hastily planned experiment or an idea to gauge reactions. We're talking about integrating a pickup into one of the most successful and reliable lines in automotive history, the same family as the Corolla sedan and the Toyota Corolla Cross. A family that sells millions of units, has a global reputation, and represents exactly what Toyota does best. And why is this pickup so important? Because it would enter a segment where Toyota currently has no direct presence, but which is growing at breakneck speed. The compact, urban, practical pickup truck segment, where models like the Ford Maverick, the Ram Rampage, and the upcoming Renault Niagara are currently competing, is a prime example. Toyota doesn't usually arrive late to worthwhile segments, and all indications are that this will be their next big move. The Corolla pickup would be a compact truck, designed for daily use, city driving, urban commutes, and real-world needs. It's not trying to replace a Hilux or a Tacoma, it's aiming for something different: functionality, efficiency, and affordability, with a practical cargo bed for everyday use. In its base configuration, it's rumored to have the 2.0-liter dynamic force engine, a well-known and proven unit within the Toyota group, delivering around 175 horsepower and 209 Nm of torque. These figures are more than sufficient for a compact pickup of this type, designed more for efficiency and utility than for extreme work. And now, let's talk about the price. Projections point to a competitive starting price between $23,000 and $30,000, which would immediately position it as one of the most interesting options in the segment, a Japanese pickup with the Corolla name at that price. Official confirmation and its arrival on the market shouldn't be far off. Everything indicates it will be this year, and we're telling you right now, Toyota isn't improvising, it's preparing its next big move. If this Corolla pickup performs as expected, it could quickly become a sales success. So subscribe, because we'll tell you everything as soon as it's official. And if you love pickups as much as I do, check out this other video I made about the pickups you should avoid buying this year. Click and see them all, because more than one will surprise you, and not in a good way.